book here, I don't know if either of you are familiar with this particular book, Thoughts Without a Thinker, written by Mark Epstein. Mark Epstein is a psychiatrist, but he's also been a practicing Buddhist ever since he was a college student, which is now at least 20 years and maybe 30 or 40 years. So he's been involved in it for a long time. So what I want to read you first is an experience that he had as a college student that related to Buddhism. And then I want you to tell me what you think this says about Buddhism. Okay? So I'm going to read from the book. Okay? Some friends of mine, this is when he was a college student, some friends of mine had arranged for an encounter between two prominent visiting Buddhist teachers at the house of a Harvard University psychology professor. These were teachers from two distinct Buddhist traditions who had never met and whose traditions had, in fact, very little contact over the past 1,000 years. The teachers, 70-year-old Kalu Rinpoche from Tibet, a veteran of years of solitary retreat, and the Zen master Sung San, the first Korean Zen master to teach in the United States, were to test each other's understanding of the Buddhist teachings for the benefit of the onlooking Western students. The two monks entered with swirling robes, maroon and yellow for the Tibetan, austere gray and black for the Korean, and were followed by retinues of younger monks and translators with shaven heads. You can just imagine this scene.
Nice picture.
The Tibetan Lama was very still, fingering a wooden rosary, known as a mala, with one hand while murmuring, Om Mane Padme Hum. Not sure if I'm saying that right, but it's a chant, continuously under his breath. The Zen master, who was already gaining renown for his method of hurling questions at his students until they were forced to admit their ignorance, and then bellowing, keep that don't know mind, at them. He reached deep into his robes and drew out an orange. What is this? He demanded of the Lama, holding out the orange. What is this? This was a typical opening question, and we could feel him ready to pounce at whatever the response he was given. The Tibetan sat quietly fingering his mala and made no move to respond. What is this? The Zen master insisted, holding the orange up to the Tibetan's nose. Kalu Rinpoche bent very slowly to the Tibetan monk next to him, who was serving as the translator, and they whispered back and forth for several minutes. Finally, the translator addressed the room. Rinpoche said, what is the matter with him? Don't they have oranges where he comes from? The dialogue progressed no further. Okay.